Yeah, baby! Welcome back to the stream. I was karaokeing before this, and now I'm tired and my voice is tired as well. But I don't think it's gonna do anything much. Do what I'm about to do. The antechamber. Mr. Naruto? What on earth are you playing at just now? Or rather, what on earth were you playing at all along? My hypothesis, my amazing hypothesis! You've been picking holes in it from the start! Sorry about that. But you promised me. You said you'd prove that trash explosion was an accident, not murder. You said you'd keep my precious invention from falling into anyone else's hands. But all you've done so far is try to undermine me. Yes, I did make you a promise, you're right. I said that I'd believe you and fight for your freedom to the very end. But I also told you I was no scientist. I don't understand your hypothesis. Hypothesis? Yeah. The fact is, okay. There is undeniable flaw in your logic, isn't there? But if I just run through some equations... Yes, you see, it's because my work is incomplete. Perhaps it is. Nevertheless, a man died as a consequence, didn't he? Oh no! Yeah, it's your fault, buddy. You're going to jail. You're right. You're so right. It's all my fault. I have no right to blame you for my failures. I'm a disaster, not just a scientist, but as a human being. Well, that might be a little over the top. And while we're on the subject, what about Barak? He's being awful. Claiming his old university friend to be a murderer, you mean? He's a disaster, not just a prosecutor, but as a human being. But but no, wait, he's the Reaper, isn't he? Perhaps he's not classified as a Homo sapien anymore. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Glad that's cleared up. Check something real quick, yeah? How about yeah, I'm not having reverb on. Well, I didn't have any karaoke. I'm not planning to do karaoke in a while. Can I double check something with you? Yes. What? The machine and demonstration you prepared. They were based entirely on your hypothesis, I presume. There was no trickery involved? I drew the plans for the machine with my very own hands. Every line was painstakingly drawn with the firm belief that science is the only future. So yes, it's true that my hypothesis hasn't reached maturity yet, but please, Mr. Naruhodo, you must believe in it. Okay. All right, Professor, I understand. Counselor, defendant. The prosecution and witnesses are ready to take a stand. Court is about to be in session again. Make your way into the courtroom, please. That guy has a mustache. He's definitely him calling. It all hinges on that demonstration. If the professor's hypothesis is as sound as he claims, it leaves him as the only person who could possibly have killed the victim. But on the other hand, Mr. Sholmes was adamant. A practical implementation, such as was attempted by the professor at the Great Exhibition, is quite impossible. Okay. So really, what should I be trying to prove here? Okay, there we go. Oh, Bailey. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this about an hour because I had dinner with my fam just now. That's why I had to delay the stream. In the name of Her Majesty the... Oh my god, the karaoke when I was doing it alone. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby reconvene the proceedings of this court. Counsel for the defense and prosecution, are you ready for the new witnesses to testify? The prosecution is ready, my lord. As in the defense, my lord. So, Lord Van Zieks, I believe these next witnesses saw the demonstration on the day in question with their own eyes. Indeed, they did. And as luck would have it, one of them is a police detective. So the testimony we're about to hear can be considered highly reliable. Perfect. A detective of all people. The prosecution's stance remains unchanged. Though it ended in tragedy, the demonstration on the day in question was scientifically sound. And consequently, the sole person with the opportunity to have committed this act of murder is the only individual to have been present on the stage at the time the accused. Okay. Thank you, counsel. The prosecution's position is clear. Wait, let me check something. My eyes are wide open. There's definitely not good sensitivity in it. There we go. That should be. To bring forth your witnesses now. Bailiff, show the witnesses in. The witnesses whose proximity to the incident on the day in question will clarify the truth unequivocally. Fuck that word, man. Oh, who the hell are these two bozos? Oh, it's her. Gina. She is cute. I like her. Witnesses, state your names and occupation for the court to hear. My name is Balthazar Loon. I am the impresario of all the hot air balloons in vicinity of the Experimento stage.
My name is Wilhelm Kostrich Sigismund Ormstein. I have come to see the great exhibition all the way from my home in Bohemia.
Oh, it's from Bohemia. I see.
I'm very rich. Inspector General Scotland Yard. I'm a great detective. Even Sherlock Holmes agrees. I was on security duty at the exhibition and I got to go up in one of them balloons. It was amazing.
Gina, again. But she did mention that she'd seen the disaster from up in a balloon, actually, didn't she? And she clearly loved every minute of it. Okay. Man, I've never seen Gina smile like this. I like it. She's pretty cute. There were 3 balloons flying near the public experimentation stage when the incident occurred. 2 of these witnesses were in one such balloon at the time and saw events unfold from the skies. You make it sound like they were in the clouds. It was only an altitude of circa 60 feet very low.
Well, you can't see nothing if you fly too high. Can ya? If you fly too high, can ya?
60 feet. About 18 meters then. Thank you for your introductions. Now you will give your formal testimony for the court. Kindly describe exactly what you witnessed, especially those of you who had a vantage point above the stage. Alright, let's go. Let's see what this kid is. Is the kid alright though? Kid looks like he's injured. It was an incident terrible. I am only grateful that my balloons were not damaged.
There's this huge bang from the stage, and the next second another bang in the sky beside us. And from amidst the smoke, a cage appeared out of nowhere.
The cage, it fell from the sky like stone and crashed into the crystal tower.
I didn't get a good look inside the cage, but no one went near it after it crashed into the tower.
Oh, blimey. Most extraordinary collective account, I must say. Could I just clarify something? There's a detail in the witness's testimony that I have not heard any mention of until now. Specifically, that there were 2 explosions. More precisely, 2 explosions in 2 separate places, yes. Alright, let's have a look. When the demonstration began, the balloon carrying the 2 witnesses was around here. Okay, I see. Okay. There were other balloons in the air nearby at the time, carrying other passengers as well, to be clear. Ah, my shoulder. No. Gorblimey, his head popped off! Then, as power was supplied to the machine for demonstration, the first explosion occurred. The so-called birdcage that contained the victim disappeared from the stage, and at a moment later, the second explosion occurred directly adjacent to the balloon carrying the witnesses. God blimey, he's up there. The birdcage appeared at the site of the explosion, subsequently to plummet down into the crystal tower.
I was very surprised. Suddenly a cage appeared before me. My eyes with the person inside. The bus was so hot, but I didn't want to miss a thing, so I kept my eyes very wide.
There we go.
I still have lots of money.
You don't have to. My dude, you don't have to mention that. You have lots of money. Gosh. Okay, let's keep going, eh? Precisely who is this curious infant? I'm told he is a young noble of a Bohemian royalty. Apparently, he disguised himself in order to steal unnoticed into the Great Exhibition.
Yeah, I'm here in London on a sightseeing trip with me elementary school.
We have the benefit of a child's point of view in this testimony. Do we really need that? Oh, he took off his mask.
When I remove me mask, this is what I look like.
Oh, yes, I see. A delightful face, I'm sure.
Yeah, everybody says so.
Great disguise, then. The point is, the testimony of these witnesses further substantiates the fact for the court. Namely, that despite ending in an explosion, instantaneous kinesis was successfully demonstrated. Now, furthermore, that until the arrival of the police, no one approached the Crystal Tower where the victim fell. Therefore, only the accused who was with Mr. Asman on the stage could possibly have committed the murder. Yes, thank you, counsel. The prosecution's views on the matter are quite clear. So, the defense cross-examination now, please. Yes, my lord. Oh, God. My lord. Right. We can do this. Right, lads. Alright, let's see. I don't have a snack, so I don't fucking care. I don't think I can munch on anything tonight. Objection. Objection indeed, my friend. What is it like this? There we go. Okay, first of all... No! Wait, I need to read. At the top, an incident. Let me check out the court record just real quick. So they saw the bloke. They were here. They saw the goddamn bloke, the explosion here. And then he appeared here. And then he fell down, broke his neck. And someone stabbed him here. Or maybe here. I don't know. But for sure, the man broke his neck. And as for this one... Wait. Let me check this one real quick. Every article demonstrate. Okay, there's nothing there then. Let's see. This is definitely a crossbow. I can tell. I know how a crossbow looks like. And it's not just any crossbow. It's designed in the way that you just turn this thing here. This thing will flap out open. No, you have to open this first. And then the crossbow, whatever, man. But for sure, that's a crossbow. A torn piece of canvas. Rubber. Beamed. Wait, what's that on his face? It's a cut. Good to know. Right. Hold it! There were three balloons flying above the experimentation stage at the time, I understand. CC. Oh wait, he's Spanish? All of them, my Bellini bambini. They are very proud, signor. Wait, let me try this one. They are very proud, signor. Some people will pay £10 for one ride. £10? That's more than anyone's stipend.
£20 a month. This is my pocket money.
What? Royals have all the luck. Got up there for free, I did. Play the old I work for Her Majesty police card, you know? Detectives have all the luck. If they're so popular, why would you only be operating such a small number of balloons, though? Because I have too many in disguise, they could crash in each other. The operators balloon were decided by the lots. Ah, I see. See. And the zone of public experimentation stage is the post-profitable. And other impresarios, they hit me. Huh, I see. The two witnesses, I think they've got already. Right. Man, she's cute too, though. It's a huge bang from the stage, and the next second, another bang in the sky beside us.
Hold it!
I see. So you actually saw the accident happen from up in the air? Yep. Isn't it amazing what our detectives get to do, eh? I'm telling you, Odo, being a lawyer is a mug's the game. You should join the force and we could go flying together. Yo, I would. Did Gina? Definitely. You know me so well. Yes, anyway. Could you tell us exactly what you saw, do you think? Oh. This is I gotta take a picture of this. I wanna picture this. This is cute. I like it. I'm gonna name it Shayna. Yeah. Above all, that dodgy cove climbing into the cage. And that dodgy professor pulling on them levers. And that's when it happened. That's when it happened. That's when there was that massive bang and the cage disappeared just like that. Man. Is it me or is she cuter in this Ace Attorney? Last time she was mostly sad and depressed. But her smile is really nice. I like it. It's nice. Her smile is very nice. Beautiful, actually. It brings out a different atmosphere from her. When describing the motor subject was composed by electricity, I believe. I didn't know what to make of it, but then there was another bang right in my ear. I looked around, there was a huge, great fireball right next to us in the sky.
That's Peter.
And there was nothing there before.
Excuse me!
Master Gotts, does your memory of the day differ?
My teacher at elementary school said that when you meet someone for the first time, you should always use their full name.
I see. Yes, what was it again?
Wilhelm Gustav Sigismund Ormstein.
That's a very long name. Well, not as long as mine, definitely. Brunei names definitely have the longest, I would say. Just the 4 names, then. The point is, do you have something to say? Something to add in response to the Detective Gina Lestrade's last remark, perhaps? Oi, get it right, Odo. It's Inspector Lestrade. Why does everyone have a problem with how I dress them at the moment?
That is not what I saw.
Oh?
Yeah. There was a second explosion. It was right beside our balloon. That is true. But I'm sure. Which were also in it. 1 minute there was nothing there. The next a massive explosion. My teacher is elementary school says that when someone else is speaking, you are rude enough to interrupt. You will have the most awful life imaginable.
All Bohemians brought up to be so full of joy. Okay, a coin.
Just before the second explosion happened next to our balloon, I clearly witnessed a green balloon flying in the sky.
A green balloon? A green balloon?
I've never saw something like that. Well, I saw it, and you can say I didn't. I will complain to the council. I will cry and scream. My testimony is the truth. I am Bohemian Prince. You cannot say it's a lie. That is not allowed. Just playing the bloody royalty card, are you? Typical.
Says the orphan who likes to remind people she works for Her Majesty Police. In that case, young man, I must ask you to amend your formal testimony in the interest of cordial national relations between Great Britain and Bohemia.
It was not the sky that exploded. It was the green balloon that was next to us at the time.
I see. Alright. At least we got something then. green balloon. I can't object that yet, but this is definitely related. Definitely exploded.
Hold it!
A green balloon, you say? Are you sure about that?
Of course I am sure. The import Bohemian Prince. All of these questions are making me boring.
Oh. I think you mean bored.
English is very annoying. The language of my countryman is very superior.
Ragazzo, it is very wrong to lie.
Lie?
Flying balloons never explode. The same reason the planets never explode. It's logical. Please tell me that doesn't mean logical.
If you insult me, you insult all the Bohemia.
Might die. Might die.
I will have the army come and shoot all of your stupid balloons out of the sky, all of them.
Now this one has an accent. The thing is, Tuspel's supposed to be French, right? But she doesn't have a French accent. And Tuspel's hot. I love Tuspels. Wait, how should I actually... Because he's a big man. I assume he has a deep voice. And I've never done a Spanish accent in a deep voice. Maybe. Here you are, your highness. Here you are. Wait, I can't. All international incidents were so easily resolved. Now that peaceful relations have been restored here in the courtroom, perhaps we return to the testimony. That is important, actually. The moment that the cage materialized, it didn't materialize. Which means that the balloon was carrying him then. Sport. Huh. Let me check something, yeah? I must know something.
Hold it!
Did you see that actually happened? No, in reality I did not. I saw it after it hit the tower. Grand confusion at the stage. I ran to see what happened. I was terrorized by the idea that one of my balloons had I saw it though. I saw it slam into the tower after all. Inspector Lestrade. That's what I like to hear. No, this is important if anything. It has to do something with this. Wait a fucking second. Is it the Minecraft technique where you put a firework on the crossbow and then they shot that balloon down with the firework, causing the explosion, and that's how he died? Oh boy. Oh my god, got it. Something. Yeah. Should I try? Let's present here.
Objection!
No, it's not. But it's related. Yeah. Materialize. here. Wait, he couldn't have broke his neck if he's in that cage, though.
Hold it!
Hey, use your head, old eye. How could have been me? I was up in a balloon, wasn't I? Right. It was about the boss was at the leg. He was shoved and kicked all over the panicking spectators as he left the scene. It was a real sight to behold, I can tell you. Amazing. Poor Inspector Gregson. Anyway, I couldn't see the cage that well because of all the smoke. And I didn't really want to see, to be honest. I was scared of my wits. Keep it together, Inspector. The prosecution really is asserting the demonstration was genuine, but what if there was actually some kind of switch-around trick instead? That would mean that the victim was never actually on stage in the first place. I think I need to find out more about what exactly... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna save you. I have no idea of anything. Let's try to do something about this. Gorblimey.
Objection!
Gosh. That's last statement. How? Something's important about this statement specifically. Lógico. Why, his hat has a flame in it. Explosion near myself, however. No, I did not see the explosion near myself. The cage, it fell from the sky like a stone and crashed into the crystal tower.
Hold it!
Ah, fuck. Something is really important. If only I can pin two testimonies against each other. Is it here? Can you press this one? Gosh, this is so difficult. CC, all of them. £10. 3 balloons. Sean. Maybe not. What are these made of? I need to know. This is difficult. This is one of the most difficult ones. And I don't have a lot of time for this episode. What should I do? There's nothing there. Ah, what do I do here? I doubt this will work.
Objection!
Oh, it did work. Fuck. Mr. Loon, in your testimony, you said that all 3 balloons you had operating at the time were undamaged. See, that is correct. If they had been caught in the explosiones, it would have been terrible. I wonder if you might know what this is. I think it may be... See, part of a balloon. A burnt piece of fabric of the envelope. Sorry, the envelope. Pardon? That is the large, round part of balloon, which becomes filled with hot air. It is from very thick fabric lined with rubber. You do not want it to rip when you are in the sky. Just as I thought. This piece of cloth was found near the experimentation stage. In other words, as Master Gots testify, a green balloon did indeed explode that day. Eh? If all the balloons in the sky have been above the experimentation stage belong to you, Mr. Loon, then your statement that they were all undamaged clearly contradicts this evidence. No! Gosh, this is so difficult.
If a balloon exploded that day, why didn't the men say so?
Maybe everyone on board was killed.
Oh no, Finn spent a whole pound just for the experience. How awful. Seems to me like those things crash 50% of the time anyway.
Objection!
The instantaneous kinesis did occur, but after the explosion on stage. The point of materialization shifted to a location occupied by a balloon, causing the balloon to explode. Yes, eminently plausible. Unfortunately, an unfortunate traffic accident, as it were, but it changes nothing about the pertinent facts. Hold fucking it! This I cannot accept. Why not, Mr. Loon? Maybe I should try this one. You're suggesting that I'm a liar? That person died in a balloon incidente? I love that one accent. There's no need to get fired up, Mr. Loon. The victim was the sole fatality that day. That's right, and I proved it. Balthazar Loon is not a liar. There was no such balloon in the sky. It is not possible. You're saying it's impossible. Why? This court has more important matters to discuss than the number of balloons that were operating that day.
Objection!
But we can't ignore the fact that nobody appears to have known about this other balloon until now. My lord, the defense called for further testimony from Mr. Lune. I concur. There is clearly no more to the truth here than meets the eye. It's imperative that we clear up the issue of this phantom balloon, I feel. Witness, you will give your supplementary testimony about the balloons you were operating at the exhibition. Ah, grazie, my lord. Grazie. Right, green balloon. Balloons. As I said, Balthazar Lune is no liar. Every balloon I had in the sky landed safely. All 3 of my balloons were carrying passengers. If they fell to the ground in explosione, what a catastrophe.
But you can't get away from the fact that a burnt up bit old cloth was found at the scene, can you? The coppers at the yard reckon it was probably some debris thrown from the explosion on stage.
This stupido ragazzo is mistaken. My balloons have the red and blue zigzag stripes anyway.
Wait, what? Red and... So your assertion is that the balloon this child saw was not one belonging to you.
See, exactamente. If he saw a balloon in the first place, I do not like the sound of it. It's bad for business. I have a good mind to sue to land of Bohemia.
If you attack us, we will fight back. It will be war. All out war.
Oh, he still wants a balloon. Those are unlimited balloons, I swear. What happened to all-out war? Mr. Luna certainly doesn't appear to be lying, but that doesn't change the fact that the testimony and the evidence are contradictory here. If the defense is unable to find a fault in the witness's statements, the court must consider them the truth. Think long and hard on that, my learned friend. The situation has clearly changed now. I have to get to the bottom of what happened here, no matter what it takes. Counsel, you may now cross-examine the witnesses. Okay, I see. Let's read back. So, Balthazar is the lie. Every balloon I had this guy landed safely. All my balloons carrying passengers felt it was catastrophe. Got away from the fat open car. Yeah. Copper's DR, I reckon, probably debris. This stupid ragazzo is mistaken. My balloons have red.
Hold it!
This is important for me. You mean the color is wrong? Si, senor. I do not have any green balloons in my warehouse. Yeah, I think that accent suits it more. And yet a piece of green cloth was found at the scene, and it's unmistakably from a balloon. Well, I do not know how that can be. For the sake of argument, let's say that a green balloon did explode above the stage. We couldn't therefore conclude that it happened on the day in question. Why not? There have been recreational balloons flying over Hyde Park, operating before the Great Exhibition. One could have exploded on some earlier date. Unfortunate, as I'm sure you'd agree. Objection. The kid said there was a green balloon that exploded in front of his eyes as well. Sí, exactamente, as the senior says. It's not from one of my balloons. Clearly, this little ragazzo. Bohemian is making about what he saw.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Is something wrong, Master Gotts?
It's Mr. Wilhelm Gostrich Sigismund Ormstein.
It was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, something is very wrong. I know what I saw. There was a green balloon there. I swear it. I swear all of Bohemia.
You can't speak as much of bad language as you like. It changes nothing. Yeah, you bought a balloon anyways. If you don't have evidence, ragazzo, then I must tell your parents to punish you, eh? Perhaps we'll let the judge decide when it comes to punishments.
Evidence? What is the evidence?
To give a simple example, young man, a photograph, for instance, some tangible proof of what you claim.
Well, why didn't you say sooner? I have the photograph here.
Good gracious! What?
I had not been up in this balloon for this a while, so I was very excited. I took lots and lots of photographs. Of the Crystal Tower, of the Bohemian exhibit, of the streets of London, of the hot heel cellar of the balloon.
And the instantaneous kinesis experiment. Did you take picture of that?
Yeah, one picture.
Really? You did take one?
But all I wanted was a ride in the balloon. I was not interested in boring experiments.
Never mind that. Can you show us the photograph?
Of course, and then you will see. You will see that I am not lying, that I really did see a green balloon.
Gorblimey. It's colorless. It's colorless. It's It's colorless. It's a colorless photo.
Phil, I see you're all too shocked to speak.
It's colorless. It's a colorless beat. Yes, I think shock is indeed the word, young man.
Yeah, perhaps you cannot see with that it was green balloon from this photograph, but that is not my awful. That is the fault of this stupid person who missed the camera.
That is one very bohemian sounding cry. Is it a really bohemian sounding cry? I can't cry like a bohemian, so I guess it is how bohemians cry now. Shut the fuck up, you're going to jail. Very well, the court will accept this photograph as evidence. Yep, time to examine that.
This is not my fault. It's the fault of the person who missed the camera.
I don't know how to do a bohemian accent, so French is all we got for now. But there's no one there. Surely someone could have manned the fucking thing. And there was no knife. That's one thing we can confirm from the photo. There were a lot of witnesses. Okay, he's the only one there. Wait, what the fuck is that? I swear, that is definitely the Minecraft firework crossbow. That is the Minecraft firework crossbow. It's shooting the balloon, and the man is definitely in here. Right, I got my evidence now. Well, never mind. I'm sure you have plenty of wonderful sepia memories to take home with you. In any case, when exactly did you take that photograph?
Well, it was on the day of the explosion.
You don't say.
When I pushed the startup release, there was this very satellite bang, and a hot wind rushed my face.
That means this photograph was taken a split second before the explosion occurred. Well, if you ask me, this black and white photograph changed nothing. I could not give the flying fig. Lovely language you've picked up. As I thought, Mr. Loon's testimony just doesn't quite add up. The young bohemian boy claims to have seen another fourth balloon, but Mr. Lune vehemently denies their possibility, and it's hard to imagine the man in charge could be mistaken about the number in the air. Still, this inconsistency must tell us something, I'm sure. Alright, there we go. Our head in the sky, let it safe. Okay, let's ask this. You couldn't just have forgotten one, maybe? Signor, I might not notice if it was given in 100 lentils and one was missing. But we're talking about 3 enormous balloons. Do you believe I don't even know what to voice him as.
Do you believe I could make a mistake about something so grand and expensive?
I took the liberty of having Inspector Greenaway. I don't need to voice him now. I have the report here. It clearly says that a total of 3 balloons. It would appear no mistake has been made then. Surely Mr. Stride could have seen such a menial task. What, me? I'll tell you what I told the boss. He's educated. Like me, can only count up to 2. Obviously that ain't true, but the boss bought and said he'd ever go himself in that case. Maybe I should get some peanut butter jelly sandwich. Wait. All 3 balloons were carrying passengers. Then what about this one?
Objection!
What about that one, eh?
Unfortunately, the photograph Master Gotts took can't tell us the color of the balloon, but it can tell us something else, something crucially important.
What?
It shows that the pictured balloon wasn't carrying any passengers.
My goodness, you're right. But surely all balloons would have been carrying passengers. There would be no sense in it otherwise.
See, they are for pleasure.
Ah, I hate this dude. I'll get his voice next time. I swear to you all on this. I'll swear to you all on this. It's almost time to end.
See, they are for pleasure. For seeing the view, my balloons only fly with passengers.
That's even wrong. That's wrong.
Which tells us that the pictured balloon isn't one of them. So when the incident occurred that day, there was a fourth balloon in the skies above the experimentation stage. The mysterious green balloon. I know nothing, niente. I can only tell you one thing, I say. If this balloon was not carrying passengers, then it was not one of mine. Ese cabron.
Objection!
You're not in Spain, but
There are illegal tracements everywhere you care to look. But Frank, indeed Frank, clearly one such entrepreneur decides to capitalize on the opportunity presented by great exhibition, managed to operate balloons, flight on Mr. Loon's patch without him realizing. See, the competizione, trying to steal my profits. I did not notice because of the experimento that went wrong on stage. This fourth balloon exploded at the very same moment Mr. Asman was beamed from the stage below.
Right, so then them scraps that fell to the ground after and left them scorch marks, they didn't come from the stage at all. It was bits of the balloon rained down. But no one was in it. It didn't get no attention.
A mysterious fourth balloon, no passengers, silently floating over the experimentation stage.
Objection!
this photograph shows us nothing more. Oof. A stray balloon carrying no one and operated by some rogue trader. Clearly has nothing to do with the case. Its relevance does elude me, I must say. The court has seen sufficient evidence and heard ample testimony already. The prosecution calls for this trial to be concluded. I don't think anyone wants it concluded yet, because it's ridiculous.
Really? Have we really got to the truth yet? No, I can't let this opportunity slip away. The jury's mind are made up, and not in our favor.
I'm pretty sure not.
What else on this photograph can tell us something more we can learn from it?
There's more.
Objection!
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, wait. Please don't give your decisions yet. The photograph from Master Gotts may well be hiding one more vital clue.
What's that? A vital clue?
Objection!
We're well past the point of mere possibilities. It's time for the definitives now, so tell the court. What exactly is the alleged clue? The balloon's owner, the balloon's color, the cause of the explosion. Let's take that. We can reasonably assume that the pictured balloon was destroyed in a searing heat of the explosion.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. It was not my fault.
Evidently, because the bird cage from the kinesis machine materialized in the sky where it had been flying. And the balloon was being filled with flammable hydrogen instantly and explosively ignited.
I'm pretty sure they were helium, my guy.
No, that's not what happened. What?
It would appear that this photograph requires close examination. Counsel, the defense, you will highlight the location of the alleged clue in the photograph for the court.
Of course, my lord. If you look closely, it's plain enough to see, and what's shown it linked to another piece of evidence we have, in a way that leads to an unbelievable conclusion. The real reason the balloon exploded.
Take that!
Take that! The timing of the photograph can only be described as miraculous. If you look, you'll notice there's a bright white line that appears to point directly at the balloon. Most likely a ray of light caught incidentally on the film. I'm afraid I can see nothing of the sort. If you look with a magnifying glass, my lord, it becomes clear what the nature of this bright light really is.
Goodness, what is that? Undeniably, some flash of light, yes.
Oh, golly,
Do you think it might be lightning? But it couldn't have been on a finer day. I believe we may be looking at fire. A bolt of fire inside with a balloon. What the fuck? I sounded like... Indeed, even my aging eyes would appear to be a flame of some sort. My word, are you suggesting this flame struck the hydrogen gas that filled the balloon?
Objection!
That's absurd. The balloon would have been 60 feet above ground at the time. No flame could have possibly reached such height. Actually, it's my opinion that a particular piece of evidence found at the scene reveals this is exactly what did happen. What evidence? If such evidence exists, counsel, then for goodness sake, present it, man. Which evidence explains the mysterious streak of flame that appears to be headed directly for the balloon?
Take that!
It's a crossbow. The true nature of the curious slim streak of light is revealed by this. What? It's not? I was so confident. Huh? He's saying that then I don't know, dude. It's just so complicated. I'm gonna save here, lads. I'm gonna save here. For real, though. I have no idea what to make of it. It's not the crossbow? Either pick or clothes thingy. Possibly. Though the pick is what we used. What? Oh, there's some sort of lever here. I was right! It's a crossbow! What is this? Cross between a bow and a gun. I think it's probably used for the same thing too. Found it. That was where? Wait, you know what? I'm gonna inspect it a bit more. It's important. So this is definitely the lever. Let's inspect everything. Like you wind this around in order to draw the bowstring and create tension. To fire arrows a huge amount of force. Using this device, I would imagine it's far more accurate and powerful than the Japanese longbow. I have no idea what's... Okay, how about here? The trigger though, cool. I love crossbows actually. I love either string weapons or air weapons. Guns are okay, but like, you know, you need gunpowder. If you have a weapon that's like, how should I say, air-based or string-based, you don't need gunpowder. You just need arrows or a type of, you know, the projectile. That's right, it is a sort of bow with an automatic firing mechanism. Perfect for someone like me who catches air bowstring 2 times straight out. In fact, I'd have one of these. Maybe I could have been because I'm in Kyoto archery training. True. see. I finally found the evidence. What? Alright.
Take that!
There we go. I just needed to do that. This was found hidden at the foot of a small ornamental tree near the scene. Good lord, is that a crossbow? An arrow dipped in oil and set alight that could have been shot from this weapon, sending a flaming arrow straight into the hydrogen-filled balloon. There it is. I know, right? Are you suggesting that a crossbow was used deliberately?
Blimey, you're right! That strike out light in the photo looks just like an arrow, didn't it?
Then the explosion of the balloon, it was...
Very likely the result of a flaming arrow from this crossbow igniting the hydrogen gas inside of him. No. Oh man, Benzi's heart is broken. I'm about to end the stream soon. Order, Council. This is an extraordinary supposition. If the aim was to cause the balloon to explode, the shooter could have used a gun, of course. However, there's an obvious reason why that would have been out of the question. The noise of the discharge, of course. That's right. By using a crossbow, the projectile could have been fired at the balloon silently.
Well, yeah, if someone had shot a gun off the exhibit grounds, it would have caused a real panic.
But with such an explosion, there would be a big panic anyway, no?
I don't like this. I should be pleased to have found this plausible explanation for all this, but something feels wrong. Do you understand the implication of what you are saying, my Nipponese friend? If a flaming arrow did hit the balloon, then obviously it would have been exploded. And if the bird cage appeared from the cloud of smoke that it ensued.
What? Wait a minute. What are you really saying here? I don't get it. Was the bird cage beamed up into the sky after... Oh, what?
My goodness me! Now I understand. That's what that sinking feeling is about. I think there's a good chance that the birdcage was actually concealed inside the balloon all along. What? Did I just hear that correctly, Council? There's no going back now. The horse has bolted. Yes. It's the same as I said, the birdcage was hidden inside the green balloon from the start. On stage, when the experiment was started, the birdcage in the instantaneous kinesis machine disappeared in a cloud of smoke. At that moment, the flaming arrow was fired from the ground, causing the green balloon to explode and drawing the attention of the spectators to the sky above their heads. Gorblimey, that's bad. From amid the smoke, the hidden birdcage then appeared to fall down and crash into the crystal tower. I think you all agree it's entirely plausible that what I've just described is the real truth behind the miraculous experiment carried out today. Good grief! Now, I'd say that the man was actually hidden inside the balloon and was ready to fall onto that place, but an accident happened. This is ludicrous. What you've described is no science experiment. It's child's play, a contemptible display of stage magic. What if it is stage magic? Both Mr. Sholmes and Iris said that the experiment was a scientific impossibility. In which case, this is the only way to explain what happened that day. And in any case, the victim's body was found inside the birdcage in a crystal tower. If the instantaneous kinesis did take place, how do you explain that? If I might put in a word, my good man, as a man of magic myself, such apparent discrepancies can easily be explained by some simple deception. Juror number 3. I like him though. The great Houdini. We're here with the great Houdini. I love him. All would be needed is a doppelganger, some who look very similar to the victim, Mr. Asman. And having this other man appear on stage to front the show as a body double.
Ah, yes, of course. So in fact, Mr. Asman must have been inside the birdcage that was concealed inside the balloon right from the start.
Objection!
That balloon would have been filled with hydrogen. Anything hidden inside it would have been scattered to four winds when it exploded. No one would ever have embarked on such a risky venture. Ah, but what if it was not? What if it wasn't? What if it wasn't, actually?
Not necessarily. Explosive force of the balloon gas would very much depend on the mixture ratio.
Juror number 4.
Oh my god! The scientists and the magicians, they're on my side! Gorblimey! Thank you! Thank you! I'm just finally here.
Flying balloons are rarely filled with pure hydrogen, but a mixture of other gases such as helium as well.
Yes, that's exactly my point. These balloons are definitely filled with helium.
Helium on its own doesn't explode, but by controlling the gas mixture ratio, the explosive force can be altered.
The mixture ratio.
Obviously, the victim's body would have suffered some burns. That would have been unavoidable. But not to such an extent as to render this whole obscene charade impossible.
It is possible. Right, we don't see any burnt marks, but we do see something here. What is that on his face? We don't know. But what if he was filled with oxygen instead? Wait, no, that's too dangerous for a man. But what if it's filled with only air, hot air? This is different. I need to research this real quick. For in the name of science, I will research with a trusty source called Google or Bing. Hot air balloons filled with air or helium. Hot air. They're filled with hot air rather than helium. The hot air is heated. Yes. Helium is less than, therefore, especially the heat the helium to the temperature. Yeah. Our temperature. The helium can no longer be used to fill the balloon. So definitely, it's only hot air, not helium, my lads. It's hot air. We've got them now, boys. Men of science, we are. So everything that's happened can be explained logically and scientifically. The explosion that engulfed the stage at the start of the experiment was no accident. It was all part of an elaborate deception to make it appear that the instantaneous kinesis had occurred.
Oh, goodness me.
And if we accept that this is what happened, it means that the victim, Mr. Asman, was never present on the public experimentation stage to begin with. He died of too much copium, indeed. In short, he couldn't have been killed by the defendant who was on stage in full view at the time. He just broke his heart. We just broke Van Ziek's heart. This will be very hard for the prosecution to counter. Lord Van Zieks can't credibly maintain that Professor Hairbrain, Bunny Brain, is a suspect now. Okay, who's the fuck said hold it? Shut the fuck up. I know it's this idiot.
Mr. Naruto, I appreciate your efforts, thank you. Professor. But you can't stop now. Just keep your mouth shut, please. Sorry.
What's all this about, Mr. Bunny Brain?
I, Albert Bunny Brain, hereby confess that it was me. It was me who stabbed Mr. O.D. Asmund. Yes, it was me, with my faithful friend and partner, Andrew the Screwdriver. What are you doing?
God blimey. Yes, he wants to sacrifice his hypothesis. For real, for real. He sacrificed himself, man. Order, order, order. It's not worth it, my good man. Defendant, explain this confession. Professor Bunnybrain, what are you talking about? It's what I said all along. I must protect my hypothesis and my precious machine. You stand there and claim it was all a trick, all an elaborate prank, but where's your proof? No, you'd have to examine the machine if you wanted to prove it, but then it would have been all over. My beautiful hypothesis would be laid bare. I mean, the dignity of it. It's clear that you drew the plan for the experiment, but you didn't actually build it. It's quite conceivable that you were duped, Professor. If you'll just let me barrack. Yes. I'll cooperate. I'll do whatever you say. I swear it. So please, ensure that the special dispensation of the scientific equipment is adhered to protect my creation. He's been lying. The man's been lying. I feel Barrack right now. He's pouring. Pray for this courtesy of filling my hallowed chalice at this critical juncture. Here's to my learned Nipponese friend. What? And his upcoming attempt to clarify the defense's position in the light of the accused's confession. What? Oh, wait, what's happening? Do you intend to formally assert that the experiment was nothing more than a conjuring trick? Because the moment you do, the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act that protects the professor's invention will cease to apply. The professor will then demand a rigorous examination of the machinery involved in order to establish the truth. However, if you acknowledge that the machine is genuine and instrumental in the victim's murder, any chance of investigation will be crushed and the confidentiality of the professor's hypothesis preserved. Professor, hear me out. Either way, your hypothesis will be taken. If you go to jail to die, it's all for naught. If I reveal it, it's all for naught. It matters not, Professor. There is no other way. My dude, there is no other way but to... I'd rather see you walk a free man than to die. And either way, your experiment, your hypothesis is gone forever, my good man. Please, shut up for once, you idiot, you bumbling idiot. Counsel, what is the defense official position on the matter? What Professor Bunnybrain, my client, actually asked of me was to prove that the explosion on stage was an accident, protect the secrecy of his hypothesis. But there's no way to do that without implying the professor's guilt. Do I protect my client's life by asserting his innocence, or do I uphold the client's request, but see him condemned? Either way, I can't avoid betraying his trust. You'd been silent long enough. Isn't talking your trade, my learned friend. Professor, you, the smart man. I mean, but goddamn, you're too much of a fool to see it. Indeed, he's but a fool. Or acknowledge still the English escaped your confused Nipponese mind. Mr. Naruto, there's no escape here. I have to make a choice. But it's an impossible one. I have to give up on something. But what? The defendant says that the defendant's instantaneous kinesis machine was in fact... Well, I guess y'all find out in the next episode. I'm done. It's getting late for me. I am not streaming anymore. So, I'm gonna save here real quick, yeah? Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. You'll find out what's gonna happen the next episode, next stream, which is tomorrow. Motherfucker, the cliffhanger! The cliffhanger indeed! One, I can't make a choice, my guy. I know what he's feeling. So, yeah, he's the cliffhanger. See you, my good lads and lasses. Goodbye and good night.